Hi there, it's Gail again. So we've been talking about how you show up for you, how you show up for others, and how you show up in different situations in your business and in your life. And if you didn't catch those videos, I'll leave a link for you to do that and check those out. And today I want to talk about, I had mentioned in the last video, really understanding the boundaries of where you end and others begin. So we're going to talk a little bit about energy and clearing your energy and grounding you and your magic, your gifts, your talents into the very defined edges of who you are in the way that you show up today. Okay, so I am Gail Nowak. I am the founder of Sage Sensation Retreats and the story stylist. And I'm so glad that you're here today and that you're following this series. So I want to talk about energy clearing because this has been a game changer for me. In the last video, if you have been following along, we talked about how we show up with others in relation to others, right? Sometimes we may come from a place of wanting to overgive, over deliver, over function. I know that I talked about how that was true for me. Might not show up that way for you, right? But sometimes what happens is that we show up in our default patterns, right? We show up in the way that we needed to show up in the past in order to be loved, accepted, in order to survive in some cases, right? Or at least that's what our perception was. And so we carry that into adulthood and into our present day relationships and situations, right? And so one of the things that is really important in your business that is often overlooked. I mean, I didn't really understand this until recently. And by the way, I needed help with this. There are definitely things that you can do on your own to clear your energy. But initially, I had to work with people. I had a couple of different coaches that I worked with who really helped me see the value of this, because there was a piece of me that was thinking like, oh no, I'm really good with my boundaries. So I didn't even know what I didn't know, right? I didn't understand that boundaries are so much more than just being able to say no to people. You know, there's an emotional level, there's an energetic level as well. And I needed to work with other people to at least get started and receive some tools and resources that worked for me. So that might be something, if you're new to all of this, you know, it may make sense to get resources elsewhere and then use and experiment and play with those for a little bit, just to get a sense of, oh, this is who I am. This is me in my energy. And now I can discern when those boundaries are a little leaky. Okay. So ultimately, you can get to a place where either if it's something that somebody has shared with you that works for you, and you continue to work for it and it continues to work for you, great. One of the things that I found to be true for me and to be true for my clients and colleagues is that tools will work for a while. And it's kind of like if you're working your body, right? A certain routine is going to stoke up your muscles, and maybe you start to really slim down or lose weight or bulk up, whatever it is that your goal is. And then after a while, it doesn't work the same way, right? Because you get used to it. So if you find that something's working for you and then it starts to not really have the results, it's not that there's anything wrong, right? It's just time to try something new. So at a certain point, when you start to get the hang of this, because I've had several people ask, like, what is this energy clearing? What is that all about? How do you do that? And I didn't know for a long time either, right? But what I can say is that I would not be able to do what I'm able to do now for my clients through my body, through my vessel. Things like helping and supporting my clients unclog the drain, so to speak, if I wasn't able to unclog my own drain. Okay. I wouldn't be able to help my clients access and interpret what they're feeling in their bodies if I had everybody else's stuff floating around in my energy field. Okay. And it took me a while to do this. One of the things in my experience was at a certain point, a couple of years ago, I just felt this pull to walk. You just get out and walk every day. Up until that point, I was very much into doing really intense exercise. And so this idea of walking was like, like that, what's going to come of that, right? But I listened and I started walking and I started to realize how important movement, and not necessarily training, physical training for my body for fitness, but movement was important for me. I didn't know why at the time, but I trusted it. And still to this day, I really, truly walk almost every day because it helps me move stagnant energy. But I didn't know that at the time. I just trusted this feeling that I was having about you just got to go and walk. Walk it off. That's what I kept. Walk it off. And I was going through a difficult time in my life. And so there was a little bit of knowing like this was a stress reliever, but it was deeper than that. Okay. So you may be getting some nudges, right? Or some sort of sign or pull or signal that's leading you to clearing your energy. Another thing that I started to play with is to ask, start asking. And I get like not everybody believes in the universe or God or source, whatever you want to call it, infinite spirit, right? I do. I do. And the reason why is because I keep playing with this and I keep getting information. There's a connection that I can't explain, right? And so I'm just trusting that this is working for me. And so if you have some sort of practice like that, I work with a lot of light workers and starseeds and spiritual entrepreneurs. And I also work with a lot of really analytical and and left-brained oriented folks. And I love you both, or I love you all. And even if you're not religious or you're not spiritual, you can just experiment and play with this, like just be open to it. And so one of the things that I started doing was really asking in a very clear and deliberate way, like, what else can I do to clear my energy? And I would like randomly come across videos on YouTube about energy clearing, right? Or somebody would say something and I would try that, or I'd be in conversation and someone would say, oh, I do this every day to help me connect and protect my energy. And I'd be like, oh, maybe I should try that, right? So just be open, ask, right? Ask if this is something that is interesting to you. if this is something that you want to try, you want to know what it feels like to be in your energy, your own energy, right? And this can be really important when you're working with clients, is super important for healers, because you want to make sure that you're not absorbing other people's stuff. But this is true for everybody, right? Whether you're working in a corporate job, you're working with business clients, or you're a life coach, it doesn't really matter. You don't necessarily want to take on other people's stuff when you're supporting them and when you're helping them, right? And so another way where you can show up for yourself is to really have a practice around clearing your energy. And it could look like clearing your energy at the beginning of the day and the end of the day. It could look like, I got to clear my energy after every single client call, all of those things. It all is, it all depends on you, right? And so get curious with it, practice with it, experiment with it, ask for support, ask spirit, do I need to clear after this? If you're not sure, right? Or if you feel like you have to clear after every single, then go and clear after every single, right? So I'm really interested in what kind of practices you might have around energy clearing, or, if you've never heard of this before, and what it might be like for you to give this a try. Like, what, if you could do this for the next 7 days, what might open up for you? How might you feel differently? How might you show up differently in your business? So if you'd like to talk more in depth about what this would look like for you and how this can help you show up in really bold and pure and clear energy for the rest of this year and into 2022, I'd love to invite you to schedule a Bold Heart Visibility Breakthrough session with me. And we can talk about, maybe there's some stuck energy that you're experiencing that's up for being either repurposed, realigned, or maybe just wants to be noticed right now. I have a new Feel and Flow offer that would be great for that. I also have a few more spaces open for the Magician's Way, which is a VIP experience where we're looking at your business and where you want to go in your next business cycle, and planning for that, but planning for that in a way that's really connected, not just up here, but is led and connected with your heart and your soul, and supported with the more analytical and strategic piece. So if you're interested in any of that, please feel free to send me a direct message or email me at gail@thestorystylist.com, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.